Hey, Cherokee Hills Christian Church. It is so good to see you. It's so good to be with you. Man, God has been up to some amazing things at this church. Over the past few years, over the past few months, as long as this church has been around, God has been at work. And we believe that God is going to continue to be at work. God is going to continue to work in this church and in this community to bring people to Jesus, and that is just amazing. As a church, we want to be people who are faithfully following God's leading. We want to be a church who is actively seeking God's will for both our own personal lives and our faith community. And so as we've been praying and discussing where we think God is leading us, we've landed that we believe that God is calling us to launch small groups. These small groups are going to be designed to help us experience transformational community. You'll probably hear me and other people on staff use that phrase a lot when we talk about small groups. Transformational community. We believe that discipleship happens best in the form of community, best in the form of a circle, where we can be open and honest about our struggles and our vulnerabilities. We can be open and honest about our questions about God, but we can also have a community where we can celebrate the amazing things that God is doing in our life. We want to be a community that is transformational. And so, as we begin to launch Cherokee Hills Christian Church small groups, we want you to know that there's going to be about 3 things that happen in a Cherokee Hills Christian Church small group. The first thing that happens in a Cherokee Hills Christian Church small group is we're going to grow in Christ. The second thing is experience transformational community. And the third thing is serving our neighbors in our community. Now, I want to unpack those just a little bit more for you so that I can answer as many questions as possible. The first thing, we want to grow in Christ. We truly believe that we are called to lifelong discipleship. We never truly arrive, but we can continue to grow more and more into the image of Christ. And one of the best ways that we can have that happen is by having a community around us who continuously encourages us to walk faithfully, but also calls us out on our shortcomings in the most loving way possible. And the only way for that to happen is to have a community that you trust and can be vulnerable with. We are going to be a community that grows in Christ together. The second thing we're going to have is experience transformational community. Like I said, we want to grow in Christ together. And so transformational community is a natural depiction of what that looks like. God created us to be in relationship not only with Him, but with one another. And we truly believe by creating a space where you can be open and honest, a place where you can be vulnerable and cared for, is exactly what our church needs, but also what our world needs. We believe we need to create a culture of transformational community where people come in and notice something different about the way we are living. People notice something different about our lives and they want a piece of it. And it all happens in the form of a small group. It all happens in the form of a small group because a small group is a place where we grow in Christ together. A small group is a place where we can truly, as Paul would say in Galatians, bear one another's burdens. The third thing we're going to experience in small groups is serving our neighbors and our community. Man, we really hope that our small groups allow us to serve our community, but also our neighbors well. In a small group, we're going to have curriculum that we grow in. We're going to have things that we learn. We're going to experience and have transformational conversations with people in our church and in our communities, but we also want to be people who are serving and loving our communities just as God has called us to. And so as a church, our small groups are going to consist of regular serving opportunities. Opportunities to not only serve one another, but serve our communities and love our communities well. Whether it means making a meal for them, picking up trash along the side of the road, or just finding a need and meeting it, we as a church want to create a place where we can serve and love our communities well so that people can experience the love of Christ. Cherokee Hills, we are so excited to launch these small groups. We have a slide that you can sign up on. We are so excited for you to register. Once again, wherever you're at in life, whether you have kids, whether you're young, whether you're old, whether your kids have grown up and moved out, or you have been at Cherokee Hills since the very beginning, small groups are a place for you. It's not just another class that we're offering. It's an opportunity to experience a transformational community. This is not something we're adding to take away, but rather we are adding to continue to give our church more opportunities to grow more into the image of Christ, to see and follow Jesus by loving God and others authentically. We are a Christ-centered church. And we believe that having small groups is an opportunity for us to better be Christ-centered. And so, when you fill out this form, when you register for a small group, it's going to ask you a series of questions. And these questions are just designed to get to know you a little bit more and get to know what you're looking for in a small group, what your needs are and what you hope to receive in a small group. We're going to start with small groups like couples groups. We're going to start with men's groups, and we're going to start with women's groups. And man, if enough people sign up, we might even have more small groups than we could imagine. Cherokee Hills Christian Church, we are so excited about what God has done over the past few years and what God is going to continue to do throughout the life of this church. Because God has always been faithful to this church. God has always worked in this church, and we truly believe that that's not going to stop now. We truly believe that God is launching us into the next season of faithful ministry. And so, church, we are excited to partner alongside you as we continue to love God and love others, as we continue to see and follow Jesus by loving God and loving others authentically.